Here are some top tips for effective online candidate attraction, both in terms of writing your ads, managing your candidates, and even managing your clients. Tip number 1. Understand what your clients want. Advertise their needs, not something else. Yes, selling something else might get you more applications, but an application is only worthwhile if it's right for your client. All others are a waste of your time, the candidate's time, and your client's time. It can be tempting to jazz up a company or be flexible with the truth to get more applications in, but you'll only get found out, and you know what? Your client won't come to you again. Better to send one relevant, appropriately informed candidate than 15 candidates that you know won't be offered the job, or wouldn't take it if they were offered, further down the line. Tip number 2. Figure out what makes your client's ideal candidate tick. Not everyone is motivated by cold hard cash. To recruit the ideal candidate, you must become the ideal candidate. By understanding what your client's ideal candidate is looking for, you can ensure your advert copy and person specification are tailored to highlight those job characteristics. Does the company pride itself on its great training and development offering, or strong corporate culture? If so, candidates driven by career and personal development opportunities that are loyal and values driven could be who you're looking for. Mention specific values the company culture promotes and opportunities on offer. If your client wants money-hungry salespeople, then tap into the earnings potential and the high-octane sales environment the role offers. Understand the person you're looking for and write your advert for that one person. Tip number 3. Understand the career stage and job search behaviour of your ideal candidate. Your job advert and where you place it will differ drastically depending on different career stages, as will your follow-up approach, and sometimes the ideal candidate isn't actively looking for a role. Your ideal candidate for senior roles is someone at the top of their game. Someone employed and adding serious value at another company. This person is engaged, motivated, perhaps well paid, and you need to know what is going to make them want to move. It might be a big pay rise, it might be flexible working or a new challenge. It won't be more of the same. And this person isn't going to hit apply on a job advert, they want the personal touch. Some roles will be looking for people early on in their career, who are looking for very different things. Perhaps some basic on-the-job training to gain experience to take their next step up, and your job advert needs to reflect this. Tip number 4. Candidates are human beings, much more than a CV. Remember that candidates are much more than the sum of all their education and listed skills. They're people. People have passions, skills, and experiences from outside of the workplace, values, and much more. They also have different capabilities in terms of how they're best able to shine, and writing a CV that describes their strengths might not be theirs. Bear this in mind when reviewing CVs, and think what else a person could bring to a role. Bring in all candidates with the relevant skill set, and call them, or meet them face to face. You'll find that many average on paper candidates light up your world when you speak to them in person, and you'll meet somebody you think is perfect for a role that you might have dismissed on CV alone. Tip number 5. Respond to all applications, good, bad, or horrid. It's easy to be blinded by pound signs when a CV ticks all the boxes, but don't forget that all candidates, good or bad, are much more than a Microsoft Word file. Nobody likes to be ignored, especially when they're in a vulnerable situation. Ignore a candidate at your peril. Just because a candidate doesn't have all of the relevant skills right now, in 3, 6, 12 months, they might have everything they need to be your ideal candidate. Look beyond the immediate and develop talent pools for the future. Tip number 6. Manage your client. We've all been here with a client job briefing. Bad pay, worse hours, even worse location. They need 10 CVs by morning, all with the skills and experience of someone 5 pay grades higher at a top firm. How on earth are you going to sell this role? Rather than wasting your time, effort, and a lot of stress, you need to manage your clients' expectations. There's only so far you can dress up a bad job with a cleverly written advert, and it will backfire. Explain that the client is unlikely to find the right candidate for their vacancy with their current offering. When you're honest, drawing on your experience of the marketplace, you'll save yourself effort. Either the client will give the unfulfillable job to somebody else, meaning you don't have to waste your time, or the client will review the role and hand you an easier to fill proposition. If they do give it to someone else, the likelihood is that when that fails, they'll appreciate and respect your honesty. They'll appreciate the advice you offered and the knowledge you demonstrated, and with any luck, come back to you when they have a better proposition.